Hey guys, it's History Behind the Warrior, and today we're going to be talking about a rather controversial topic again regarding Raiden being DLC within Injustice 2. From that statement alone, we're going to have some really upset people in the comment section. But for this video, I wanted to talk about the pros and cons of this character, as well as what both sides are saying and how to kind of respond depending on which side of the fence you're on. Because as consumers, we do have a right to say what we'd kind of like in our products, whether that be for Raiden or against him. Now let's start off talking about how this all kind of came to be. Well, for those of you who are quite new to NetherRealm fighting games, guest characters do have a tendency to in fact sell more than the standard normal kind of like DLC characters that are just kind of thrown into the game. Freddy Krueger from Mortal Kombat 9 sold the most in fact out of all of the DLC characters. The same thing followed suit when Scorpion was incorporated into the first Injustice game, and once again, as expected, it would echo true in Mortal Kombat X, where we had a plethora of horror film guest characters. Which leads to the next question here: why do they sell so incredibly much? Well, it's vastly due to the appeal they have, especially if they're a big name. You see, crossovers and cross promotion in general is a very popular thing, as they know for a fact that it will produce a lot of money. This has been very evident in the film industry of such crossover films like Freddy vs Jason, Alien vs Predator, and the list honestly does go on. So the major appeal of this is to basically put one character up against another character in a scenario that you wouldn't think would normally happen, and then see what happens. The same rule can definitely be applied to guest characters as DLC. Now, why are they so frequent? It's because they've sold so well. You see, when a company sees a particular product sell extremely well, it will continue to enforce their policies upon the consumer because it shows in numbers, and what shows in numbers makes money. That's why guest characters are so incredibly forced into fighting game. And is it a bad thing? Yes and no. And if you'd like to see me go into more detail about it, I made a video for it last week, so please do go ahead and check out that one. But today we're just going to be solely talking about Raiden, as I feel this is kind of a special case. Now, what are the good points for having Raiden in this game? Well, for the people who enjoyed Mortal Kombat vs DC, they're able to have a little bit of that shine in this game, with not only having the inclusion of Sub-Zero, but also Raiden. It's also another great opportunity of what I mentioned earlier, of the whole what if scenario, with a guest character being able to battle different heroes from a different universe. In that sense, it can be quite cool. Another positive point is that it's Raiden, one of the faces of Mortal Kombat, so the character is quite popular, and due to that, Warner Brothers is smart enough to know that it will sell a lot, not only due to the vast appeal of the character, but the fact that he's part of the Mortal Kombat franchise, which at this point is so solidified in fighting games that they know people will naturally be attracted to it if they can't wait for another Mortal Kombat game, which is also another reason I believe he's in here, is to set up for the next Mortal Kombat game, which will most likely be revealed sometime next year. Now let's talk about the cons of this. We have two fighting game characters from the same fighting game franchise, which yes does feel somewhat forced, and I think people would have actually been more happy if it was a different guest character from a different fighting game franchise. Another negative is, well, guest characters in general in many people's eyes. A lot of people have noticed how this has become the norm, and it has brushed people the wrong way. Some people who don't like Raiden as guest DLC actually feel the same about Hellboy. And the final negative point is that it can be seen as a waste of a slot on the roster, as I know that a lot of fans only solely want DC characters as DLC. So now we kind of do come to the end half of the video, and instead of me saying where I stand on the topic, I'll tell you guys the best thing to do as consumers if you're for this or against it. If you're happy with Raiden, go ahead and buy him. It's entirely up to you how you want to spend your money. If you're happy with the character, pay for him. Play him as much as you'd like. You've paid for the right to do that. If you're on the other side of the fence and you're not too happy with it, don't buy him. I know a lot of people have purchased the season pass and are very upset about this, but do take into mind that you've paid for something that you don't know. You have willingly handed over your money to something you don't quite fully understand because it's not yet been revealed to you. And if you do fall into this category, I strongly do urge you to not purchase season passes for stuff like this. Instead, buy the characters separately so that way you know you're getting your money's worth. It's time for us consumers to speak with our wallets instead of telling WB what we don't like, because it's very clear here that it's only money that speaks up to the corporate management. But yeah, this does wrap up this video. I have been wanting to talk about Raiden being an Injustice 2 DLC character for a while, and both why there's pros and cons to them. Like, some people like him, some people hate him. This can be applied to all different sorts of characters across the spectrum. It comes down to just personal taste. And like I said, as a fellow consumer, I'd like our community to be quite happy with what we get. That's why I say it's time to speak with our wallets instead of of our mouths, because it's been abundantly clear that our voices aren't being heard. Now just a heads up, tomorrow I'll be talking about Dragon Ball FighterZ, as I was able to play it. I have quite a bit of gameplay, so you can expect some of that tomorrow as well, so please do keep an eye out for that. There will be an update video for Saturday, talking about the future of this channel, along with the history of series, and where this channel's direction's going. Heads up, nothing's going to change really. There's just going to be some very important stuff I'm going to involve in there. And on Sunday, you'll be getting a history of Michelle Chang from Tekken 7. I haven't done a Tekken video in a while, so we might as well start off strong. Now before this video wraps up guys, if possible, let's try getting it to about 500 likes. It's a great way of supporting this channel, as YouTube's ad system is really broken at the moment. So by giving this video a thumbs up, it helps out not only me, but this channel as a whole. Now as always guys, please comment, like, subscribe, and share this video with everyone you know. Please take care, and I'll see you all next time.